Now, usually when we think of magical lands, we imagine places of beauty. Somewhere with rolling hills and colorful fields full of cute little creatures that look at you with innocent eyes, right? But that's not how it is in Deathworld. Here, magic is born of nightmares, and monsters are real. Magic users summon spells using bones and teeth, and death lurks around every tree, ready to snatch anyone who relaxes for a second. Hello, friends. I'm here to tell you the tales of this hellish place. The stories are so gruesome they've been forgotten by most, leaving us to wonder why. Why would ancient people make up such disturbing stories? Is it because they stumbled upon Deathworld by accident and barely escaped with their lives? Or are these stories based on reality? Well, let's find out. In my last video, I told you about a group of explorers who disappeared while searching for the legendary lost city of El Dorado. According to legend, anyone who managed to find it would be granted immortality. We don't know what happened to them, but I'm willing to bet that what they encountered wasn't pleasant. You see, there are many terrifying places in the world. Even modern men can get lost there, far from civilization. So imagine what could have happened to those poor guys who disappeared 500 years ago. And now I want to tell you another story. The story of the mad alchemist Nicholas Flamel, who spent his whole life looking for the secret of immortality. His research took him all over the world, and one day brought him to the very gates of Deathworld. But when he realized how dangerous it was, he turned back. After all, he had no intention of dying young. I won't say that this place is completely devoid of good things. There are rumors that whoever manages to get through all the trials will receive a reward. The old books mention a mystical artifact, the Amulet of Life. Those who have seen it say that it looks like a regular necklace, except that it glows with a soft light and never loses its shine. Legend has it that the amulet can grant any wish. Plus, those who wear it become immortal. But unfortunately, there's also a rumor that the amulet brings misfortune to its owners and often leads them to an early grave. So I think it's best to stay away from such artifacts. Those who try to go to Deathworld fail to realize that they need preparation. It's not enough to just walk through the front gate. You must first endure many trials. That's why only the most determined people manage to reach the fabled Amulet of Life. But I think that's for the best. After all, Deathworld is dangerous even for strong-willed mages and experienced warriors. Ordinary people would not last a minute there. When you enter Deathworld, you'll face the first challenge immediately, the Silent Forest. Don't think it's a peaceful place. All the trees there seem to watch you with malicious intent. Moreover, when you hear a bird chirp, it means that you're in danger. Every sound carries a threat there. Every rustle of leaves, every crack of a twig, and every cry of an animal. Some say that the forest doesn't attack right away. Instead, it tries to lure you in, letting you relax and enjoy its beauty for a bit. However, this only makes it more dangerous. Trust me, you won't get away without a few scratches. And if you're not careful, you could lose your mind there. Some unlucky travelers claim that they heard voices whispering to them from behind trees. But when they looked around, they found no one there. Other visitors have said that they've seen trees move, slowly approaching them and reaching out with sharp roots. You have to be very careful here. If you show even the slightest sign of fear, you'll be dead meat. So remember, don't look back. If you do, the forest will take advantage of your fear and hunt you down. After you pass the Silent Forest, you'll come to the Lake of Tears. It seems like there's nothing special about it. It's just a lake, but looks can be deceiving. In this case, the water seems calm, but it's actually boiling with anger. Every year, thousands of birds fly over the lake and fall into its depths. Sometimes fish jump out of the water and attack passers-by. And if you're thirsty, you shouldn't drink this water even if your life depends on it. Some have risked it and regretted it. They've gotten sick and died right there. Only the strongest can pass this trial. But not everyone does. Not everyone can withstand the power of the Lake of Tears. And if you think the worst is behind you, you're wrong. Ahead of you lies the Marsh of Secrets, which tests your willpower. It's a place where mud sucks you in and never lets you go. There are pits hidden under it, and if you fall in, vicious swamp creatures will tear you to pieces. Passing through the marsh is extremely difficult. After all, you have to constantly fight off attacks and hold back tears, because for some reason this place makes even the toughest men cry. Some have gone crazy from the constant onslaught of the marsh creatures. Others have simply drowned in the sticky mud. But the bravest ones eventually reach the other side. But wait, we haven't even talked about the Gates of Madness yet. After passing the Marsh of Secrets, you'll come across a bridge. It may look pretty ordinary, but it's actually a doorway to another dimension. Some say that only madmen built it. Others believe it was constructed by creatures that aren't from this world. What's certain is that once you step onto the bridge, you start experiencing strange things. Time seems to slow down. Reality twists. You feel as if you're falling into an abyss. By the way, some people never come back from the Gates of Madness. They say that sometimes the bridge suddenly disappears and people fall into the void between dimensions. Some claim that the Gates of Madness can drive you insane. That's why I advise you to hurry up and get away from here. The Bridge of Sighs is the last test, but that doesn't mean it's easy. You'll need to cross a narrow bridge over a bottomless abyss. You have to sigh very carefully here. If your sigh is too loud, you'll fall into the abyss. If it's too quiet, the bridge will collapse under you. Those who can't get across become part of the abyss and scream endlessly in agony. Some say that you should speak words of love to pass this trial, but even then, there's only a 50% chance of success. You'll either fall into the abyss, or you'll be spat out on the other side. But if you manage to get through this trial, you'll finally see the Amulet of Life. It'll be hanging on a pedestal waiting for its new owner. So if you're planning to visit Deathworld, remember that you'll have to go through all these trials. I hope my tips help you. But even if you make it through, I don't think it's worth getting that amulet. Why do you need immortality if you're going to spend eternity in a place like this? Just think about it. The stories people tell about Deathworld are so horrible that even the bravest adventurers hesitate to enter. There are rumors that Deathworld is located somewhere in South America. The local tribes warn outsiders not to go there because it's guarded by evil spirits. Honestly, I think it's better to stay away from such places. Sure, you might stumble upon a bunch of gold or other treasures. But considering how dangerous it is, it's not worth the risk. Some researchers suggest that Deathworld isn't a physical place at all, but rather a parallel dimension. That's why it's almost impossible to get there. It's easier to get lost in the Bermuda Triangle, which I talked about in my previous videos. I know you love these stories, so I'll definitely make more videos about paranormal phenomena and dangerous places. So please subscribe and hit the bell icon. And now I'll tell you one last story. The story of a traveler named Alexander von Humboldt, who lived back in the 19th century. He was known for his bizarre stories, which some dismissed as nonsense. But the famous explorer Percy Fawcett believed Humboldt's tales. Fawcett was so impressed that he decided to find Deathworld himself, but he disappeared along with his son and a bunch of other people. Maybe they all fell victim to the Forest of Teeth, because it said that even animals avoid that place. I don't know whether Deathworld exists or not. Maybe it's just a myth to scare off intruders. But it's better not to test your luck. Who knows what kind of dangers await you there. Goodbye.